When the Titan Lords fell, a new age of might came to Sedaria. An age defined by one simple decree. That whoever was the strongest in Sedaria, enough to slay its previous ruler, would hold dominion over the land. And so it was, for thousands of years. And so it is, yet today. Aloysius, the Mad King of Sedaria, now rules these lands. Over the last 10 years, he has spread his influence. Using cruel hobgoblins and gnolls as soldiers, the land of Sedaria quakes, torn apart by his frenzied greed for the power it holds within. For Sedaria is a lost land, a land of riches unclaimed, of legends untold, of power unseen. A beautiful, vast, and deadly land. It calls to the bold, to the clever, to the daring. To any who would dare its shores seeking adventure. It calls to Megan, the war-forged paladin. It calls to Nyx, the half-elf warlock. It calls to Nizip, the dragon-born rogue. It calls to Tig, the kobold bard. It calls to Zidane, the wood elf ranger. It calls to Trill, the Aarakocra druid. And to those it calls, Sedaria offers welcome. The wilds are not easy, and not kind. But they shall give a tale to remember. For this is the land of limitless adventure. This is the legend of the Wildlands.
Hello and welcome to a very tiny, very cropped Discord call. This is the greatest single. You can only see me and Atlas and no one else because it's just too small otherwise. I'm amazing. It's been 84 years and we're opening back up with technical difficulties.
Hey.
Luckily, this is the most minor technical difficulties, but there we go. I got it. Anyway, hello, it's been 84 years, but finally, Legend of the Wildlands is back for all you loyal people on YouTube and on Twitch who've been waiting for us. As per usual, I am your host, the head of D6 Tricks. I am Alex, and with me as always is my lovely cast and crew of players. We have Anne.
Hello. Yay, no yawn snuck up on me that time. Haha.
Congratulations. We have Atwas.
Hello, gamers. That is with a Y.
We have Professor Moore.
I am a woman with 7 monitors in her room.
That's a lot of monitors. We have Queen.
Oh, I'm sorry, Alex. I can't play. I'm too tiny.
Death. And we have Toonwolf.
We are so back.
We are so frickin' back. So, let us do a quick... Oh, watch out. Crab got a gun. Crab got a gun.
Sorry, I have a crab with a gun.
There is a crab with a
course.
gun. And there is no escape from Gun Crab.
Of course not.
Okay. So, because it's been a month since we last played, let's do a quick recap. So, our heroes were hanging around the western area of the continent of Sedaria. They did some hunting for wargs for one of their patron factions, Tanglewood Lodge. Not all of them are like members of the lodge, but some of them are. And after hunting the wargs and harvesting them, they returned to go turn them in to the local office. But that local office was in a sewer and did not have the money to actually pay them. So they have to go to an actual lodge. Luckily, one was pretty close in the northern town of Tumulus, but that is in the Arctic section. And as our heroes decided to take a rest at one of the local hotspots, a tavern with a bunch of birds flying in the second story, they also found a very raunchy comedian who was a distraction for a set of dragon cultist assassins who tried to assassinate Nisip and Tig. The fight was not necessarily, like, hard or deadly, it was just the dice gods decided to hate everyone that session, so no one could get a single hit in. But the cultists were interrogated by both the guards of Peace Promise and the party, saying that they were serving a dragon known as Kombikir, which was not a name that Tig recognized, despite Tig being pretty familiar with just about all of the dragons in Sedaria. Anyway, they rifled through some pockets, picking up a single gold coin, not standard make and model gold coin. This one had a dragon head and, like, carved ridges along the side of the coin, along the, like, outer rim of it. They were then called to Governor Macy Greymane's estate to chat with her, saying, well, she was looking for them, and they were a ragtag, very colorful-looking group that's very hard to disguise, so she figured that's probably them, and she offered them a deal. She knew they were looking for sigils of Sedaria, and she knew where one, the Sigil of Man, was. She would give them the location and straight up, like, give it to them if they would go to retrieve the last possessions of her son, Belamir, from the leader of the Vothdar Viking Elf Raiders, known as Rikdar Televar, giving them more reason to head up to the Arctic area of Sedaria. They did some shopping, getting some insulated armor and cold weather clothing, and decided the best way to get to the tundra was not to head directly north, but instead probably to stop by Tumulus, which was close to the towers, which they could jump between, so making a stop by Peace Promise Tower, the Tower of the Archmage, and then jumping from there. On the way, they found more dragon cultists making a vertical ascent up the mountain to try and attack, but along with Trill blowing them down the side of the mountain, a magical burst of lightning just basically fried the cultists and sent them hurtling down to their deaths. That burst of lightning came from a dragon covered in brass and bronze mechanical bits, the dragon known as Kendo Stain, Tig's patron. And that is where we resume our session, encountering this lad. As I go pull up his token. Whee! And lad is here.
My dad. Indeed, beat up your dad.
It's a pretty cool dad.
Damn. Okay. So is he, like, coming down, approaching us, or is he still, is he basically just, like, circling after calling out that this is, you know, his territory and stuff like that?
He is flying, like, nearby. He didn't land, but he's, like, flying close enough to the cliff sides where you are that you could, like, shout to get his attention.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, please.
Assuming we wouldn't.
No, he's got stage fright.
Yeah. I'm too scared of Dragon. Alright. You call out, with a whir and clicking noises, his neck turns, cranes around to see you. And then with a, like, tilt, he swoops down, swoops the other way in a very extra manner. Stand back, I take large steps, he proclaims, as his wings flap to slow his descent, and boom, boom, he lands on the edge of the cliffside. Teeters a little bit to get his balance, and then, like, poses majestically, wings aflame, looking like all four of his legs are on the ground, but you get the feeling he'd be doing, like, a Superman pose if he could.
Oh my god. Nyx looks between Tig, and just like, this makes so much sense.
I can see where the theatrics come from.
Tig does,
Resemblance,
like, a
again.
sweeping bow and just, my lord, Kendostain, it's been kind of takes a moment, realizes that they're like, a long way away just because he's so damn big, kind of like jog up a little bit. Thank you, my lord, for your timely intervention.
Ah, of course, it was my duty, and it is very nice to see a follower of mine. They're rather scattered about these days.
Scattered? What happened?
Well, I've been busy, he says, like awkwardly looking off to the side. Haven't had much time for, the whole governing and all that. Mostly taking the fight out there for justice.
Tig, having clocked all the mechanical parts, follows his gaze as he looks out there, nods a little bit. Well, very noble of you, my lord, as always.
Yes,
There have been...
that I am. Anyway, sorry, I interrupted. Go on.
There have been murmurings. I, myself, was beset upon by assassins who knew me to belong to you, saying that they belong to some other dragon I'd never heard of before. As I scroll up in my notes, Kombikir?
Kombikir? Ridiculous. Probably just rumors of madmen. You need pay no mind!
Well, of course not, my lord. They are just crazy cultists, after all. They were quite easily dealt with, but the fact that they were willing to, in the open, attempt to slaughter two of us, they gesture to themselves and also back towards Nizip.
Hello there!
While openly flaunting and ignoring your presence here is shameful.
Of course, very brazen, cultists often are, but I have no doubt it is just the ramblings of madmen.
Tag dips their head a little bit, in reverence, but also to give themselves some time to think, and they straighten up, noble decorum once more, and gesture towards the rest, and just, these are my valiant companions who also fight for justice for Sedaria as a whole. I would be honored if you were to meet them properly.
But
and
of course!
Tig introduces all of them.
Well met all! Doubtless you have heard of me before, but allow me to introduce myself proper. I spreads his wings even further again, assuming like another dragon Superman pose. Am the glorious warrior Kendos Dane!
Hello.
Trill's just gonna quickly preen, and it's just like, oh god, I'm not fancy enough for this. Like, oh, I need to clean myself up. Like,
oh god, oh man.
And it's like, whew. But he's gonna be like, it's an honor to make your acquaintance. My name is Trill. A little on the nervous side, but we'll get that introduction out nonetheless.
Well met, Trill.
Wow. Do you go by any titles, Kendostain?
We don't need to talk about that. I am the glorious warrior Kendos Dane.
Nice to meet you. I'm Nyx. Just Nyx.
Well met, Nyx, he says, doing another Superman pose. He's definitely not getting tired of this at all.
Also,
No,
I want to let you know that there's a low-key strum of bass, almost just vibes music that Tig has kind of followed into playing in the background. They've done this before. They have absolutely played quote-unquote second fiddle to make him look cooler and better. It's why not?
I love that.
Yeah.
So not to be the contrarian, but can I make an insight check?
Sure.
Normal, please.
So Kendos Dane is not a very good liar.
I didn't think so.
He definitely has a title of some kind that he prefers to not get spread around.
have a question, Alex.
Yes?
Do I know what the title is, or is it a recently acquired one?
Not recent enough that you wouldn't know what it is. Like, dragons usually have one major title that defines them, like, usually one of the first ones they get. His was Slayer of Rabbits.
Oh, that's
you
really
keep
good.
that laughter out of character, because Tig is not going to tell you, no matter what.
No,
that is a. Oh, of course, my lord has an excellent title. What are you talking about? Anyway,
obviously.
Obviously.
Must be very grand.
Very clumsy, childlike bow, just Wildlands Zidane.
Well met, Whalen Zidane, he says, spreading out his wings even further. There's some, like, mechanical creaking as he does so. Wait, sorry, hang on. There we go. Sometimes this old back of mine acts up. You know how it is.
My lord, would you like me
Right.
to look at that later? I have some skill with the mechanical arts.
That would be appreciated if ever we meet again, yes.
Actually, I could do some quick maintenance right now if you do not mind.
Oh,
and Tig just
certainly, in that case.
approaches. Yeah, Tig approaches, kind of like as if they've done this before. Like finds like a horn here, like a scale here, and they kind of like clamber up to where like the mechanics are more situated, like towards his wings, and they start tinkering.
All right. Go ahead and make a Tinker's Tools check for me with intelligence, please.
Sir, yes, sir. Guys, I'm gonna use advantage because I really don't want to mess up in front of my dad. That would be embarrassing.
I really don't want to mess up in front of my dad. I really need my dad, okay.
Oh my god.
Oh no!
That's still a 13. That's still a
Still
13.
Not in front of your dad.
Not in front of your dad, oh no!
Ooh, not your dad.
I know. I don't want to use the last one though, so
Okay. So, in that case, let me just, zoop that out of the inspiration pool.
Zoot.
It's been zooped. So, 13, there's a lot of pretty complex stuff in here. Like, you wager that you could, like, temporarily fix a little, crick in the back that comes with very heavy usage, but you wouldn't be able to do a permanent fix. Still, you are able to, like, readjust some settings, snap things back into regular place, and then, as you do, he stretches out a wing. Ah, perfect! Good as new! My thanks, faithful servant!
Pat slides down. Honestly, most of what Tig had been doing was just like cleaning all the gears with like prestidigitation and stuff. It does a wonder. And of course we have our resident kin, gestures towards Nizip, and kind of gives Nizip like a introduce yourself.
Nizip basically just kind of glances back at Tig and is unsure if they want to humor Tig or not. It is,
Tig,
as my friend said, an honor to meet you.
Hi.
However,
Sorry, go ahead.
I personally would like to know more of why you think those cultists would just be madmen and dismiss it as something not to worry about.
I mean, cultists usually are,
after all. Yes, but that can be said about any worshipper, technically. And most of the time, there is something to why someone is willing to go as far as they are. After all, they, without hesitation, tried to kill me and your follower.
And for that, I am dreadfully sorry they dragged you into that nonsense. But, clearly you can take care of yourselves. Clearly I can take care of myself. So, really, I don't think there's anything to worry about.
Even the fact that they seemingly know about your dirty laundry?
They'll say all sorts of things to make them seem important.
Who doesn't have dirty laundry? I will say,
Right.
we are not as feeble as you may think, considering the fact that we are so small. Have you heard any of the news that has been coming out of the Southwest?
Regrettably, I don't often, go towards places of news very often, considering lots of people scream and run.
There's just a very draconic snort from Tig. They roll their eyes. Philistines.
Exactly.
We'll just
Ridiculous.
pretend that.
Wait, why did they run?
And
I'm very large. I don't fit
Tig just does
indoors.
a big gesture.
Oh, yeah, that would do it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wouldn't run per se. I'd gasp at most.
You
Well,
are of a rare sort, Nix.
You are a rare sort. Usually
wouldn't say
there's the
that.
running and the screaming and all of that.
Well, I am pleased and honored to be the first to tell you that Korik, one of those who serve under Augustine, contrary to the this is me Atwas struggling for words. Tig does not have this pause here. Contrary to your beliefs and values, well, he is now dead.
One of the dread Mad King's dread lieutenants at last wiped off the board. Would that it were that bastard Gaius.
If only. At the praise, Tig's feathers kind of like did the Ghibli like fluff up a little bit. They preen a little bit, but they nod, and just yes, Gaius. We did run into him. We actually, they kind of like we did encounter black dragon eggs in one of the main towers over in that direction. I don't know if they're Gaius's, but it is concerning if they are. That is for certain.
Concerning indeed. God knows what that devilish blackguard might be up to if he has indeed laid eggs. We only need one problem like him, not the rest of his kin.
A nod, agreeing. We are not yet equipped to deal with such a thing. However, I wanted to let you know that that is a possibility. Now, though, we are working on dealing with things here. So as long as we are in the northwest area, we are happy and honored to be your allies. And I, of course, am always your claws.
Well, I have some news in that case. I am not merely limited to the Northwest. I do travel wherever justice takes me. Wherever there is evil to be fought, I am there to have that fight. I would like to have more of a fight in the Northeast, but Cadius is there, and there's a whole issue fighting all the dragons there for territory. But of course,
Sage nod.
I am more than willing to accompany you if you would accompany me in a fight for justice. Helena just throws her hands up, like, no, I'm out. No justice for me. No, thank you. Walks back.
Wait, no, Helena, it can be non-committal justice!
No, with the dragon, I don't think so.
Do it for the money and the good booze.
Isn't technically a lot of the things we're doing kind of justice-like?
Yeah, but we're not loud about it.
Oh, okay.
Tig steps back significantly towards Helena, and they kind of like lean up a little bit, and they like tug on her sleeve so that she leans down a little bit, and they just say, "Anything we do with Candlestain, he is going to take all the credit for. Your reputation would be safe."
Hero.
And they kinda-
Yes, we would all be heroes far and wide. Once we travel together, there's nothing that we mighty ones cannot do, he says, proclaiming more truth and justice. So, out of character, Kenda Stain is an extraordinary companion, which has a whole lot of drawbacks to go with the fact that, they're really powerful. Kenda Stain can't fit in a lot of indoor spaces. And also, like most extraordinary companions, some companions might not want to travel with him. For instance, Helena and probably Barcott.
Oh no, we have to find
Rip.
a Helena.
I never considered this as an actual companion option.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
This is so
no.
funny though.
Fucking surprise!
But I just went, yo, let's go. He's a companion.
Companion!
That's crazy.
Tag
I-
sorry, go ahead.
I mean, Tyke, this is incredible. Especially you, Mr. Kendo Stain. You are very well presented. I think you would make a very good companion. But the thing is, we're kind of being hunted right now by probably more than one faction. I think we should be a bit more subtle.
Ah, I see. Subtlety. I will admit that is something I cannot do. There's a bunch of whirring and clicking as he flaps his wings.
At least he's honest.
Tag graciously nods, and that is why you have claws on the ground.
Exactly!
things
You could be
for
my
you.
instruments of justice without me having to be there.
We would say
There is a
base.
there's a bass lick at that. Instruments is just a
Especially since we're actually trying to make a change in the world.
I mean, however, if we do need aid for something much more grand, I believe it would be an honor to have you fight by our side.
the instant we have an angle on Kadias, we will call for you. Would that be amenable, my lord?
That would be amenable, and it does remind me of something. As I go double check. Don't mind me. There might be a side quest associated with this. Oh.
Ho ho!
What?
Ooh.
It's not this one.
While Alex is looking that up, Ty kind of like backs up again towards Nizip this time. Kind of Claw's still idly playing whatever bass riff that they chosen for this encounter, but they kind of lean up, nudge Nizip a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Weren't you looking for a specific dragon, Nizip? This might be a good time to ask.
I mean, I highly doubt that he would know about some random dragonborn that came to this place ages ago.
I mean, you never know. Us Draconics, well, we tend to keep an eye on things and a claw on the pulse of what's going on when it concerns us. Was that not true with who you grew up with?
It was right up until it wasn't.
Tig's eyebrows raise, but they don't say anything to that.
In my experience, people don't like my two-tonedness.
Well, they kind of look at themselves. My feathers weren't exactly the most in-demand trait. However, I am still here, I still received training, and I am still effective. And they kind of like shrug a little bit, kind of the shoulder towards Kenda Sane, going a little higher as though they're gesturing that way. He is kind. What is the worst he can say? I don't know.
This is true. He just rubs me as all talk and no bite.
Tig smiles, all sharp teeth. And they kind of nod a little bit. Yes, perhaps, but what one portrays and the action that one takes can be very different. I mean, they gesture towards Nizip, they gesture towards themselves. Present company, absolutely included. But and they kind of like take a knuckle and like gently tap Nizip on like the, oh god, me scrolling over, being like, wait, fuck, how tall did I make Tig?
Not very.
Not especially.
4 foot. That's really tall for a kobold. Actually,
Yeah,
thank
4
you
foot's
very
decent.
much. They
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of take a knuckle and they kind of tap with it on Nizip's like elbow almost. This
Strike hip.
wouldn't hurt to ask. But if you don't want to, understandable. However, and they kind of like narrow their eyes and look up. How do you really think we're going to meet friendlier dragons on our travels?
Probably not, no. Normally, this is not a personality I would trust, but because you are vouching for them, I will at least humor the idea.
Tig dips their head lower than I think they've ever like dipped their head to you before, and just nods. Thank you. And listen, you don't have to. This was just me trying to make sure you didn't miss any opportunities.
No, you are correct.
They give you that sort of like draconic slow blink that that's almost cat-like, but they step away from you.
If you do have but a moment, Kendisthane,
Ah, yes, of course. I remembered what I was to
have
say,
a
but
question I would like to ask of you.
Of course, anytime for you. Oh no. Oh
Thou
no.
art muted,
When you're not
my
muted.
liege.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Alex
Wait.
posts in chat, oh no, my
Oh
microphone.
no.
Well,
Wait,
I sure hope
Kendo's-
we're still being...
Kendo
I should
Stain
hope
is an
so, too.
artificial voice box? Wait, where's the mute button?
hello?
Well, of course he has an artificial voice box. Have you seen him?
I mean,
Note,
look at me.
this is
It's the
not
most
canon.
artificial.
Note.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
we
I was
go.
trying
There
to
we
get
go.
all I was trying to get all close and cool and hip, and I land on the mute button.
Why would you do that? I like talking.
I'm sorry, I didn't notice it was there. It was so small.
But your foot still managed to land like right on it. That's incredible. I don't want that to happen again.
I'm sorry. Forgive me, Mr. Kendo Stain. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry.
Ah, no matter. Anyway, what I was saying is I remembered what I was going to say. But please, I always have time to listen to my loyal followers, friends.
Well, you see, I am not from Sedaria normally. I grew up in a land far from here. The reason I came to this land originally was this is where my father, that I don't know much about, went to some 20 years or so ago. As all I know is that they were a sapphire dragonborn that was exceedingly wealthy, as they like basically reach to their neck and kind of pull out their necklace to show gems on it, and said that they had to return from where they came after helping me get away from my family that no longer wanted me.
I see.
I am sure that a single dragonborn that came to this land almost 20 years ago is not something you might not know about. But as my trusted friend Tig pointed out, you are probably one of the most trustworthy dragons that I could meet in this land that might have any idea.
Hmm.
And Tig steps forward, like in front of Nizip, almost as though it's like yeah, they're saying this, but since they brought me up, I will take responsibility for this like question, just in case.
Right. Kendastain leans down, cranes his neck down to like examine you closer. You could see like a telescoping, whirring lens in one of his eyes as he examines. Well, given the timeline and given that my parts down there don't really work, well, I can tell you it's not me. Other than that, I have theories, but I would need to confirm them. But he flares his wings, leans back upwards, does his little Dragon Superman pose. Confirm them I shall! Anything for a friend of my followers!
Nizip kind of leans down to Tig. Why would he think it could have been him? I'm looking for a sapphire dragonborn.
Tig kind of like having been complimented by Kendastain has their like chest puffed out, feathers are a bit up, but they turn up towards Nizip and just. I mean, can you not smell the lightning on yourself?
I guess I've never really thought more about it.
Tig nods, but there's a very, very visible like expression of relief on their face as they do so. Well, that would be my guess, at the very least.
I'll have to pick your brain on this later then.
If you wish. And they're back to all levity and business.
Right.
Yeah.
I like the idea that
Sorry, go
sorry.
ahead.
I like the idea that like when those two like keep going off to talk, Nick starts asking, so what's your favorite color?
Bronze!
Oh, cool. And do you hang around here often?
Depends!
Gently grabs Nick's by the poncho and just like slowly pulls them away.
What? I'm trying to be friendly.
Anyway, I have remembered what I was going to tell you earlier. The thing about leads on Cadias. I've been looking for them amongst other dragons and draconids that are in the know around here. Problem being that not a lot of them talk to me, or want to. But you, of course, are the more subtle claws on the ground. Perhaps you would be able to talk to them and see if they know anything about how to rid us of that draconic scourge of the Northwest. Northeast, even. The Northwest isn't his territory. He hates it here.
Yeah, Tig nods fervently, and me scrolling back through things. The name of the blue dragon that we'd previously seen before, as I try to find it, was it
Blue dragon.
Blue dragon.
Was it Rexophanes?
Rexophanes?
Rexophanes, was that it?
I don't have the name written down, so I'm not too sure.
I don't believe so.
I have a couple mentions of a blue dragon, but nothing like concrete to be found. So.
Fendrekno is the blue dragon you're looking for.
Fendrekno.
Thank you. It's the one that
Nice
was
name.
here, TM that we'd previously seen in the area.
What a
Yeah.
name.
Tig relays that we had seen her, I believe, in the area before and stuff like that. We have a side quest. Let's go.
Side quest.
The Dragon of Death.
Death.
Consult the dragon. Consult the dragons.
Consult the dragons.
Enchantments.
A long spear
Oh.
piercing. Right. Scorched goes the land.
Hello?
melting and burning away.
Something for Megan?
Oh my god.
Which, out of character, we absolutely introduced Megan, and
Yeah,
Of course.
yes.
I would hope that they bonded over mechanics.
I would hope so too. Yeah. I choose to believe that Megan and Ken Disdain are bros.
100,000%. Absolutely.
Brothers in arms, let's go.
Brothers and sisters.
Mm-hmm. Bros in the gender neutral sense.
True.
Siblings in arms.
Yeah.
Siblings in steel.
Woo! Siblings! Alright. So,
I have a question, Alex.
Yes.
Real quick. Did Finbor die before Tig left Sidaria a couple years ago? Like has he been dead for a while?
he's been dead for a
That's what
while.
I'm asking. Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, Tig nods and just yes, absolutely. We could consult with the Firekeeper for certain. As for Fendrekno, their eyes kind of narrow. I don't know how
Ah, yes.
tractable she will be.
She's a bit grumpy. Perhaps her brother might be more amenable.
A brother?
Yes, half dragon, by the name of Pukoa. Let me spell that out for you. Pukoa. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. Thank you,
You
Megan,
spoil
for
me.
pronouncing it for me.
You spoiled me, my lord.
Of course. He's a half dragon. I wouldn't point out that fact to his face.
Of course not. We know how people get.
Of course. But he fancies himself something of a keeper of knowledge, so perhaps he would know something. I don't know. There's a half dragon somewhere around here that's not Pukoa, somewhere in the plateau regions. Not entirely sure where though. He's very secretive.
Ugoa.
Mm. Does he have an obvious ancestry?
Pukoa? Yes. Blue.
The other one. I meant.
The other one?
The other dragon. The
Descended.
the half dragon.
Yes. Descended from a very long line of silver and then silver half dragons from there.
Mm.
Nod. Silver. I see. Tig says. Silver is said very slightly derogatory, but you know how it is.
You know how it is.
We will do our best to seek them out then. Well, Tig kind of like looks back at the rest and looks towards Kendistain. And they say, I scroll over to my notes. We are on our way to Tumulus at the moment. Is there anything else that you would be looking for in terms of favors or things that need to be done by your claws on the ground?
Mostly research into that bastard Cadius would be helpful.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, we're good at research.
Excellent! Then there shall be no issue for you!
Of course, we got lots of paper, we can take lots of notes.
Precisely. Well, thank you, my lord, Candlestain, my liege, for taking the time to land and speak with us. I
But
am
of
sure
course.
you will be hearing from us soon.
I look
Thank
forward
you for
to
rescuing
it.
us.
But of course, make sure you fight ever valiantly in the cause of justice! And whoosh, he takes off and flies off into the horizon.
I like the idea that Swift shouts out, "Bye, quesadilla!"
I'm sorry, that has the same energy as Hurricane Katrina. I thought it was Hurricane Tortilla.
Tortilla.
Truly, the closest energy to that is possible to be.
God.
Wow.
Ty kind of like takes a moment, takes a breath. The feathers sort of flatten. They turn to look at the group and just, well, that was Kendastain.
You finally met your dad.
He was
Well,
a lot.
yes.
Well, patron, but
Yeah.
6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Yeah, he certainly knows how to hold up a presence.
Make an entrance as well.
You can say that
Tyke
again.
preens at this. Preens at this. Absolutely. I learned from only the best.
Oh, I'm happy. They were really nice.
Well, I'm sorry you didn't get more answers, Nizip. Apologies if you perceived that I was pushier earlier. But if you did not perceive that I was pushier earlier, no apologies from me. They got a grin.
No, that at this point I just have more questions than answers, apparently.
Well, sometimes more questions can help narrow things down. We'll get there, Nizip.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you okay?
I just never thought about some of that before.
I mean, yeah. I'm sorry you didn't get more information, but I still think that asking was the right idea, mostly because, listen, gem dragon folk aren't exactly common here. So if anyone was around, it would stand out a bit. Hopefully, he'll be able to get back to you with more information. I trust him to do so.
Yeah, that's fair.
Is it? Forgive me if this is overstepping a bit, but sometimes I can't help but wonder, do you really want to know, or do you want to just put it to rest?
On one hand, I do want to know, because it has been the sole question burning in the back of my mind for most of my life. On the other, I just want to know why.
They dip their head. Understandable. Well, thank you for coming along with me on our detour.
Always happy to be here. Well, always moderately positive to be here.
I'm so sorry. Out of character, just the always dot.
Always.
Nix is always. And honestly, yeah, they kind of really are always, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I love them so much. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
What a fella. Neutral.
I try my best.
You're doing a good job, Chief.
Goodness. Well, after that, levity, which way do we go now?
Towards Stimulus.
Ah, good old Tumulus. I love Tumulus and how cold it is and everything, but it's okay, we're warm now. Like Nyx is still looking like an Eskimo.
We're warm now, you have a lot of gear, and also it would be really cool and sexy of Trill to be able to meet up with like other Aarakocra.
I think that would be very cool too.
Very cool and sexy.
And sexy. Thank you. Someone understands me.
Exactly. I just made an executive decision as to whether you went the up or down way towards the tower.
Thank you, gamer.
Damn.
With a Y.
The why.
All right.
I'm sorry, the words trill and sexy do not go hand in hand.
We
But
claim.
you don't think I'm sexy? So I revel on my feathers.
Of course, Trill is sexy. Have you seen that hooked beak? Have you seen those primary feathers? Oh my goodness. Hello. Hello.
If Trill could blush.
maybe,
Alright.
maybe a little bit.
You continue trekking along like the cliffs and the plateaus of the elevated western area, eventually coming to a long crossing over like a canyon through the hills and mountains, upon which are like this long interlocking series of swaying wooden bridges, like hundreds of feet long, crossing this vast chasm. They do sway a little bit in the wind and do some creaking, but even with Megan going across them and a cart going across them, they feel like they're narrow, but they are able to hold up your weight.
Hope nobody's afraid of heights.
Man, imagine.
What, heights? What? No, of course not.
All right, the character fly I've always forgotten to mention until now.
Somebody
somebody-
mention it.
Somebody want to make someone scared of heights? Nah, not actually.
I just remembered I've actually always been scared of heights.
Wow.
Right. But after about an hour of crossing over various bridges to avoid going a very long way down, across, up, across, down again, you manage to cross over said bridges, get to the other side, where as dusk falls, you can see Peace Promise Tower on the horizon. It's a short trip to go, but first, it's camp time.
Yeah.
Wow. Ooh.
It's camp time.
Getting there.
Who's going?
Am I off house arrest?
Oh my god!
Oh yeah, you're still on house arrest.
Yes, I'm still on house arrest.
Yes.
You're like, am I done with house arrest?
Yeah, I could do first watch.
Fair.
Ty's going to do watch with Nizza.
Oh, go for it.
But I think, I think Tig asks Barcat to keep an eye on Foylan Overwatch.
God damn it, still on house arrest.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Chief. It's my character flaw. I don't know what to tell you.
I'll try to keep his hands intact if anything happens.
Thank you, Barcat. You are always reliable.
Never you mind if a finger goes missing in the morning.
Listen,
Is he whining?
there's missing pieces, but it's
Puppy
still
whining.
intact.
Yeah, just
Quit whining. It makes you weak.
Damn, he called you weak.
All right. it's pretty chilly and windy as the night picks up. You're very glad you weren't on the bridges when that happens. But other than some less than favorable weather, nothing too bad today.
Nice.
All right, second watch.
Would that be
That would be.
That'd be Phelan.
Boylan and Barcott.
I see.
Girly,
I see.
Nicole, why aren't you rolling with advantage? Is he not helping?
You're right. No, you're right. I just forgot. I had a temporary silly. Okay.
A temporary.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
he can in fact help. He's trained in perception, so he can help with that. But you're very distracted by the fact that Barcott is not being stealthy about the fact that he's watching you. Like, you get the sense that he probably could be, but he just does not care enough to try. So there's just this lizard man, and you can feel like cold and then hot lizard man breath down the back of your neck. It is not a pleasant. It's not a pleasant watch.
Just looks up. So, Barcat,
Yes,
what's your favorite part of the body to eat?
spleen.
I don't eat enough spleen.
I mean, not a lot of people do. It's a rare delicacy. I've heard squishy, non-scale folk call some kind of egg dish caviar. So, like, picture it as being like a luxury dish, like caviar.
What's caviar?
I don't know.
What's caviar?
Apparently, it's very fancy, and they overcharge for it.
Don't want that then.
Exactly. Sounds overrated. Not like spleen, though. Inspiration, because this is sending me.
Yes.
Fully, I am out the door. The USPS has my address. That stamp is on.
Mm.
Oh, I'm glad. I am so glad.
Cowards. Everyone knows it's the placenta that's the best.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Up top, my dude.
I mean, if you really think about it, what is an egg but a placenta within a hard shell?
Exactly.
And that is exactly.
Got that big brain going.
All right. So, last watch, please.
Woo!
Very nice. Okay. Let me do something real quick to see what happens during watch.
Oh.
All right. You turn your gaze northward, where the climate starts to get colder, and you can see more of the tundra. You are very, very focused, but see, because of that focus, oh, that's not snow that's moving. That's some small figures. It's a polar bear and two polar bear cubs walking with it over towards a frozen river, where they're pawing open a hole in the ice to get the water beneath it.
Good for them.
Good for them. That's the most.
I'm gonna fuck with nature.
Yeah. That's the most notable thing that happens during your watch.
Neat.
That kind of saddles up a little bit and just, you wanted to talk.
Yeah. So I don't know that much about Dragonkin and the like. I grew up around purebred dragonborns, and then that was the last interaction I really had consistently with any Dragonkin until you. And I never thought there could be something else about my origins.
Tig, who had kind of looked a little surprised when Nizip said that they hadn't interacted with other dragonkin, kind of settles a little bit, leans back, in the place that they were sitting. Honestly, I assume it's just against Megan's side, who is in sleep mode but also warm, so you know how it is. But they kind of lean back a bit and just, I mean, I'm going to be honest. When I first saw your lightning, in addition to the force, it was slightly concerning. I mean, not in the fact that it was lightning at all, but just I had a theory for a while now. I hadn't known for certain, but I do now. But I was worried that perhaps it was Kendistain who was sowing his wild oats, and you were one of those who had resulted from that. But since that doesn't seem to be the case, it's not really a problem anymore.
Except Kendistain's a giant dragon. How would...
Tig snorts. Obviously, dragons can shapeshift a lot of the time. Come on.
Really?
Yeah? Well, I mean, it's fairly common. I know when it comes to, uh, like, the silver dragons I know of, for instance, they tend to be actually pretty gung ho about shapeshifting and blending into the more soft skinned society a lot of the time. But no, it's possible. A lot of them like to
Huh.
do so.
I honestly just thought that whatever my dad was, he just wasn't a purebred, and that's why my mom was so upset at him.
Which could be the case. Like I said, I just had a theory, but obviously, said theory doesn't seem to be the case. So who knows what it actually is? But either way, I hope that you find the answers and closure, I believe is the term that you're looking for.
Yeah, I hope so too, because it's hard to explain. There's just deep down that feels like there is a part of me that I just don't understand or until recently even know existed.
Mm.
And I just want to know what I am.
Mm. Same. If you had the chance to ask your sire a question or say a thing to him, right here, right now, what would you say?
Why didn't you take me with you?
Tag nods, and they kind of from where they're sitting up against Megan's chassis, they stand up and go over to where Nizip was sitting, and they kind of since they're on more of an even level, put a claw on their shoulder and just we will do our best to see that you get the opportunity to ask that. But Nizip, um, I can't think of a better way to say this right now. Be prepared to be disappointed with whatever answer you may get. It's kind of how it works, isn't it?
Almost certainly. I've always wanted the answer, but I know whatever the answer is can never change it.
Tag nods and briefly kind of clunks their forehead against yours, just like a gentle sort of gesture of camaraderie. Well, thank you for keeping watch. I'm going to turn in for maybe an hour. I'll see you in the morning.
Thank you, Tag.
Hey, guess what? It's morning!
And disappear into your head.
Yep.
Woo! Morning.
Woo! Alright. You all get packed and head over to Peace Promise Tower. Doing some checks real quick. I see.
It is icy outside. Thank you.
It is, in fact,
It's
very
cold
icy
as fuck.
outside. It's
It
cold.
is icy.
Oh, you're not even at the tundra yet. It is cold outside.
Oh boy.
Alright. So, as you get to the Mage's Tower, there is a note pinned to the door. It basically reads, "Hey there, I'm out for the day. Come back tomorrow if you need something, or leave a note if it's urgent." Then another note is pinned to that note. If you're the people that activated the little portal thing at the top of the tower, door's unlocked. Go up and use it. If you're not those people, even though the door's unlocked, everything else has traps on it. Please don't touch. Thanks, Gretchen.
Oh,
I
polite.
love
She's covered-
Gretchen so much. She's such a queen. Hell yeah.
At least she's covering her bases. All right. Well, better now than never.
Alright. You climb up the tower once more. Activate the magical network that connects all the towers. And as you do, vroom, blue light floods your vision, and you find yourself in the northwest of Sedaria, the frigid tundra. The sky is clear, and there's no, major cold winds blowing as of yet. But it is 11 degrees Fahrenheit. So immediately, you are welcomed back to the cold.
Lovely.
With
Oh.
Christmas music, apparently.
We're so fortunate it's not windy right now.
Oh wow, 11 Fahrenheit is minus 11 Celsius. Woo! for Queen, who's like me and understands that Celsius is frankly a superior temperature measuring system.
Heck yes.
Oh, 100% I agree as well.
Go.
0, 100, easy.
So Nyx with their big winter coat immediately pulls the zip up a little bit higher.
Nice.
Nice.
It's not nice.
It's a little
It's not nice, but I'm
Would be nice.
I will approach this with more confidence this time. I apologize if I'm a little quiet though.
Right.
That is quite alright.
You descend the tower and start heading southeast from it, towards where reports of the city of Tumulus were. As you travel along, north of you, but heading in the opposite direction you are shuffling humanoid figures, dragging what appear to be axes of various types. One's an ice axe, and one is a battle axe behind them. There appear to be 5 of them in total, and they're just shuffling very slowly with uneven gait through the cold, dragging their axes behind them.
Oh, Must be woodcutters of sorts. I'm Canadian for a second.
Or axe murderers.
Or axe murderers. You really look at the positives, Nizip.
Always.
I mean, is it just axes, or they have like equipment with them as well?
Just axes.
Okay. Well, it is morning. Is it morning?
It's around noon.
Oh, noon. Oh, maybe they're just going out to work or lunch break.
Possibly. We'll keep a mental note of it, I guess.
All right. You move on from the encounter until you get to the base of a long mountain. There are some stone stairs carved along the mountain, but they are very vertical. Like, there's not a lot of room to step forward, just climb up. The stairs aren't all there, and it is... the wind, let's say, has picked up, so there is snow blowing everywhere as you look up the side of this huge mountain peak.
If Trill could frown
Now.
at the amount of snow that's happening right now, he would be.
Of course he can. The corners of his beak are still flexy, you know?
Yeah, but not frowning as much as I'm visualizing. Like uber like
As a soft
like
skin would.
Mhm.
blobfish frown.
Well, I can see why a bunch of Arakakra folk made their home here. It's secure. Comparatively.
Well, yeah, it's secure if you don't need to travel with your legs.
Yeah, difficult for us to get up as well.
Just stay within about 60 feet of me. I do have the ability to cast Featherfall. So no more than 4 of you fall at a time, thank you.
Oh, that's right. There's the companions. I was going to say that shouldn't be a problem, but right, companions also need to not fall.
There's also them, who can't fly.
I'm just worried about Megan making her way up these stairs.
This is going to suck.
On an estimation from just how we're seeing it now, how long would it take to climb up this?
At least an hour.
Oh, that's not too bad.
How long would it take to fly up this?
Significantly shorter.
How significantly?
Let us, so, hypothetically, let's say you had an ability called Gem Flight. Hypothetically, how long does that last?
1 minute.
Longer than that. Longer than that.
Gotcha. So not by 60% faster.
How tall is this mountain?
It is pretty tall. It goes above, like, the very lowest layer of wind and snow cover. So, it's a very tall
Okay,
mountain.
So for someone that does have a fly speed, how long theoretically would it take to fly up?
Alright, so, going, like, straight up flying, 20 minutes or so to get above the winds.
Oh, holy shit.
Yeesh.
Well, this is normally the part where I'd make any excuse imaginable and say there must be another way, but I'm not gonna waste my energy. We're gonna need it climbing up this mountain.
Yeah.
Waylon's already
Yeah.
just climbing, just...
Wait, no,
What?
Billy, come back!
Looking at these structures, this is basically your only way up.
Oh, it's fine. As long as we stick together.
Don't worry about it, says Swift. Some of them have handrails.
Okay,
Very true.
Just be careful.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
we should do a climb order just in case.
you probably should. So if you don't have a flight speed and can just circumvent a long steep climb, then you're going to need an athletics or acrobatics check to climb up the mountain.
Athletics.
Would I be able to help a little bit? Like, if I fly alongside where everyone's walking, would I be able to spot any sort of inconsistencies in the steps, or kind of aid in where things get a little bit more rough?
Sure, go ahead and make a perception check.
Waha!
Yeah, boy!
Yeah, baby! Oh yeah, you are absolutely fun. You can spot anything that looks like it would be a problem. Aside from the terrain itself, you do such a good job scouting ahead that you're pretty sure that is the only danger. There's no monsters on the trail, there's no traps around here. So you're very confident you can spot anywhere that might be difficult to step around, and so confident everyone's got advantage on their acrobatics or athletics check.
Oh, okay, Trill's sexy
Let's
now.
go.
What do you mean now, coward?
Always
Cowards.
been, always has been.
Sexy with a capital X.
Hey.
All right, I will roll acrobatics with advantage.
Oh, it's either or for me. That's funny.
16s. Incredible.
216s, let's go.
Do we have to roll for the NPCs as well?
Heck
We've seen they
yeah!
passed.
Uh,
Yeah.
If the majority of you pass, I'll assume they pass, because my
Okay.
goal is to simulate a long trek with as few rolls as possible.
Yes. Can I also request that Megan goes behind us? Because if she falls, I'm not having to take out all of us like dominoes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Tag's in the middle of the pack so that they can grab anyone who potentially falls with feather.
Oh,
fall,
yeah.
should it occur.
I can imagine Wildlands probably at the top with rope attached to people because Kid has an actual climbing speed of 40, so Kid knows how is trying to get through this no
well,
problem.
in that case, you're fine. You even without athletics, you can just clamber up like a spider monkey.
Everyone's
That's
just
not
like,
flying.
what
Just
the
like
heck is
Spider-Man
with
up
the
this
kid?
mountain.
He literally is just Spider-Manning, going crazy on here.
Do you have gloves on? Because I
can't.
can't imagine gripping the icy rock is
He probably
super
would.
comfortable.
Yeah, that.
He probably would.
If you have cold weather gear, I'm assuming mittens of some kind are attached.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
misery on your hands.
Otherwise, have fun with that frostbite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he probably does have gloves on.
All right. So, all of you pass.
Whew.
So you spend
Yes,
some
it's a
time
roll.
climbing up the. What? Sorry, what?
Oh, sorry, Nizip didn't roll. Somebody needs to roll for them.
Oh.
Fuck.
Sorry,
I'll do it.
I did roll for Nizip. I just forgot I had it set to private, but
Oh,
the result
okay.
was 16, so that's a pass.
Okay.
Good,
Nizip
good,
climbing
good,
in
good.
private.
There's a
Doing some
climbing in
Private
private.
climbing. All right. You do some climbing up various narrow and very tall paths, stairs, slopes slicked with snow, but with Trill's guidance, rope tied around you, and Ty get the ready to cast Featherfall and make sure people don't, tumble to their deaths. Eventually, you get above the low cover of wind and snow and can see more clearly a series of basically platforms, wooden platforms that have been erected around shards of mountain peak that are in this general area, some of which have paths between them, some of which do not. And as you look across these platforms, you see a rope ladder is tossed off of one of them and slowly unrolls, landing down at the foot of whoever is heading the party.
Oh,
So, Phelan, got it.
So,
Yes.
Phelan.
oh, that's slightly ominous.
Do we trust it?
Yeah.
I'm sure it was sent
Grab-
in good faith.
Yeah, just starts climb. Just like kind of climbs and trying to pull everyone else with whatever rope.
All right. You
So
climb
aggressive.
up the rope ladder. It is basically just like this hanging ladder in the middle of the storm, and whatever's at the top of it is holding it down pretty steadily, so everyone else can grab onto it and climb up as well. And you get to the top of one of the platforms. There is a white dragonborn there, accompanied by a couple of Aarakocra who are just peering over the sides. Snowy owl-based looking Aarakocra, so their heads just like extend up, go over to the side, whoo, 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 just very curiously looking down the ladder as the white dragonborn offers up a hand to pull you up onto the platform proper.
Fair enough.
Right, up you go, and he starts pulling everyone up. Who takes his hand, does a double check to make sure that's the last person once everyone's there. Right, takes care of that. Not too much trouble on the check up here, I take it.
No, that went-
Surprisingly, no.
Yes, surprisingly well, actually.
Good. Was worried that the weather was going to get a bit bumpy. You know, it gets temperamental in the autumn. And not to say nothing of the winter and all that. But regardless, glad you made it here. Welcome to Tumulus.
Just raises my staff.
Oh,
Hooray!
yeah.
Very, very, very glad to be here.
So, looking around, now that you're at the top of this platform, this is one that's
Ooh.
only partially wooden, but also into the rocky, cliffy terrain around this mountain edge, because there's enough flat ground to do so. There are several tents that have been placed up, a couple of campfires set up that are currently blazing to keep away, you know, the frigid cold, as well as a petroglyph painted into the rock below you. From here, there are several more bridges that that shoot out in various directions to more and more platforms with other types of buildings, some of which are like simple tent structures, some of which are like elevated, almost roost-like dome buildings into the side of the cliff face that there is no way to get up there without flying. There's other bits of architecture that are like a lot more based on stone rather than canvas and wood that seem to have been moved from the mountain out towards the outer edges. But on general, you can see an explanation for that, as along with the Aarakocra and other white and silver dragonborn you can see moving around, there are giantkin here, a mixture of like stone giantkin and frost giantkin. Very, very big dudes hefting around some very big bundles of canvas, bundles of stone and wood, seeming to tolerate the cold here very, very well.
Whoa. I was gonna say, this looks cozy.
Yet, despite being in such a remote and frigid location, and despite being a very treacherous climb to actually get here, everything you can see when you look around and observe Tumulus seems to indicate a fairly welcoming, very hospitable-looking village. The last village and last bastion of civilization before the tundra takes the rest of the Northwest.
Oh. I whispered to Swift, I almost don't want to climb back down.
I mean, climbing down is a lot easier on your legs than climbing up. It would probably also be good for your cardio. Actually, you know what? We could do like a training montage. You could just climb up a whole bunch of times, and you'll get a little better each time until you finally get to the top of the stairs like Rocky, and you just hoist your fists in the air like, I did it! I can beat him! I'm gonna cover the distance!
Sure. I'll ask Tyke for the background music.
Wait. Sorry, back up. Who's Rocky?
I thought that guy was Rocky. He points over towards a stone giantkin.
Looks over, looks the guy up and down, clocks the vibes, and starts strumming. Well, go, Nix, go!
What, now? Oh! Ah!
Tag matches it, but then they like slap the strings and just, we're fucking with you.
Okay, phew. You scare me
Wait,
with
please, no, come back.
It just like moves that leg, just like, wait, where do I go? Where do I go? Oh. So after that panic, I will turn to the Dragonborn and be like, thanks for helping us up. What's your name?
You can call me Christoph.
Got it.
No one around here can pronounce my actual name. I don't blame them. The Giantkin have their accent. The Aarakocra have their beaks. Actually, other Dragonborn can't even pronounce it, so like I stopped bothering.
Understandable.
dear.
My condolences.
It happens.
Well, it's all right. Christoph's a nice name.
That it is. So
Pleasure.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's a pleasure. My name's Nyx. We don't have a group name yet. Kind of a work in progress, but this is everyone else.
Pleasure to meet you, Nyx, and everyone else.
Well, the honor is all ours.
Of
We're
course.
actually looking for a place to perhaps spend the night and get a bit more information. We're looking for, and Ty kind of winces at this, the Vothdar.
Well, we got two major inns here for people who are traveling through. There's the Bluebird's Inn. That one's, top of the line, if I do say so myself. But if you're looking for something a little bit quieter, then I would go to the Old Yew Inn.
Old you.
Thank you very much for the recommendations.
Of course.
Me looking at my notes and filling space.
Yeah, same.
mhm.
So Bluebird's Inn, Old Yew Inn. Is there anything else of note we should know about? Like places to see specifically?
Yeah, sure. Let me run down the list. Because
Thank you.
Because Tumulus specializes in hospitality, I'm not even gonna have you make any checks to see what's in there. He could just like list all the major places to stop.
Oh, yes.
So for anything in the archives, anything that requires a paper trail, there's the paper nest over there. He just starts pointing out all the various platforms and buildings on which the major tourist attractions are. So there's a big gathering hall and tavern that the giants built up. It's called. Bear with me here for a second.
Bear with me? Interesting name.
It's not actually called that. It's
Same brain cell though.
Yeah. It's called a name that they
Crown
love to try
Sloker.
and get tourists to pronounce.
Oh, gee.
Okay.
Well, oh my
Crown
god.
Sloker.
Sounds about right.
Did you? Yes. You just get that right first go.
Maybe.
Tag Preens. Of course.
And then, real close to the gathering hall, there's another one that's a forum for government and community affairs. The Ordning Platform, another Giantkin one. They set up a lot of, like, major government sites, because before, Aarakocra, like, kept to themselves, mostly did some tribal and hunting stuff. Giantkin helped turn this into a town to help out anyone traveling through the Arctic. If you're looking for stuff at the general store, I would go to the Fairmantle Trader. Right next to it is the Smithy. It's just called the Smithy.
Smithy? Okay.
Yeah, just called the Smithy. There's a spire real close to it, the Lonely Tower. That's where the carpenter is. That's the guy who's built most of the platforms and bridges connecting this place.
Wow.
There's an herbalist shop, the Racing Snowman.
as you can probably imagine, owner there really likes the cold.
Fun.
Right in between them, right next door even to the herbalist shop, there's a Tumulus Apothecary. That's basically our apothecary and makeshift doctor's shop. We don't really have a hospital per se set up. There's a really, really high-end weapons store, the Militant Manticore. Not usually in the budget range of tourists, though.
Okay.
Then if you're looking for just some drinks that are more than just gathering hall and tavern drinks, there's the Broken Fairy Tap House.
I'll break a fairy if you know what I mean.
Says Swift.
Just flicks her.
Whee! Oh no, that did 2 damage up! There's the Old U Inn and the Bluebirds Inn, which I told you about before.
Yeah.
Not, I would say, of much interest for you to use, but if you want to observe, well, one of you could use it. There's a place called Glidewind Gully. It's a bunch of updrafts around a platform where the younglings learn to fly.
Oh.
And then, last but not least, helping organize the various hunts and supply the Aircocker around here, Tanglewood's got a lodge in here.
Oh, fantastic! That's what you're focusing on.
Yes, but that's not the only reward here.
It's Nissip, are you surprised?
No.
Is that all of them?
That'll be it.
I really appreciate that.
Of course.
Is this your job? Do you take tips?
I mean, I don't not take tips.
I give them a gold piece.
Oh, thank you very much.
Of course. Okay, if I could ask, where's the best place out of all of them to get a bit warmer?
Anywhere indoors. Good luck.
Anywhere indoors. Okay, no, appreciate that. Thank you. I'm not good with the cold.
I can see that.
What gave it away?
It's just bundled up Nicks.
There's like
Fucking
so much
Michelin
padding
Man
and
out
carcass on
here.
there, like an orb at this point.
I'm gonna commission someone
can
for a
roll
scarf. All right.
Well, my suggestion is perhaps Old U Inn. At least a place for accommodations for the night.
Yes, please.
Someplace nice and quiet that we
It's
can
just-
retreat to, and if we want to go rumor hunting, we can always go elsewhere.
Good. My legs are killing.
It was a climb.
All right. So that would be one of 2 inns, the Bluebirds or the Old U.
The Old U, I think.
Old you.
Yeah.
Okay. So you follow directions and get over to the Old U, which is just this massive tree, one of the only ones that broke the timberline of the mountains, and it is growing in the center of this inn, currently being tended to by a young dragonborn. This one is pure white, who looks up, gives you a wave as you enter. Currently, it's not very busy. There is just this one dragonborn who is tending the tree, another dragonborn at the bar cleaning some glasses, and one at a makeshift stage. The one at the makeshift stage is blue. Let me double check what her instrument is, because it appears she is a bard of some kind.
Let's fucking go!
Right.
Ooh.
Also, just like the huge sigh of relief seeing this tree for Trill, it's just like, oh, something that's not just ice and rock.
She has a gigantic, like, blowhorn, basically.
Yo.
That's a choice.
Yeah.
What?
She's got
Fucking
a
go?
blowhorn. She's also adjusting like a drum on the stage,
Ooh.
making sure that it is ringing out nice and loud. Or
She's
like
a one-man band.
vaguely loud. So as you know, she's still warming up. She's not blasting it at full volume quite yet.
Very nice.
Ty kind of like looks between the group, looks over at the stage, looks between the group, looks over at the stage. You all can handle getting the accommodations, right? And then, not even waiting for an answer, they sweep away. Towards
Anything for you and they're gone. Okay.
Whee!
Let's get to booking.
Booking time.
Yes.
So you head over towards the bartender, and he's like, looking for rooms?
Yes, please.
Well, currently we're running a discount, so that is going to be 3 copper a person.
Oh! That would be lovely. Fantastic, even.
Yeah. Sounds wonderful. Thank you.
Of course.
We'll cough up my copper.
Oh, thank you.
So, you hand over the copper, right? Room keys are here. Latrines are included. Enjoy the quiet while it lasts.
Much appreciated. Could I ask, are there any, like, fireplaces in these rooms?
Well, there's no windows in the room, so it's not a let in the draft, but main fireplace is here in the main hall.
You know what? That works. Thank you.
And you do your little parka waddle over to the fireplace.
It's a good question, actually.
Meanwhile, at the stage,
Oh!
so the Blue Dragonborn looks up and sees you approach, Tig. Can I help you?
Just wondering if you wanted a bit of accompaniment on the off chance. They kind of gesture to their loot, their bass loot.
That appears to be a bass loot. Yes, bass can deliver the stories very effectively. That would be very nice.
In that case, it would be my honor to accompany you. Tig Kendostain, by the way.
Ringmar, Laureate Ringmar. I will spell that for you.
Thank you. Oh, I was close.
Oh,
Not quite.
cute.
Oh.
A blue!
A blue.
Ty like hops up onto the stage and starts tuning their lute to match the tuning on her either guitar or lute or whatever other instrument she has.
Horn.
And that's right, horn. Sorry, my mistake. So it starts matching the tuning a little bit and just was there anything in particular you were getting ready to play? I know most of the standards, but I'm also good at improvising.
Improvise you might need to. The standards, I do not do the standards. What I do is I tell tales of the great warriors of old.
Tig perks up. You write them yourself, the ballads?
That I do. I try to stay as close to the original ways the skalds told the tales as possible.
Tig's eyes just kind of glitter a little bit. In that case, I might ask to pick your brain about it later. I'm also, and they sort of cast a look back towards the party, specifically focusing on Megan a little bit. I'm also working on something rather similar. But it will be an honor and very gracious of you to allow me up here.
Of course. I do enjoy traveling the land, looking to tell these tales of glorious battle. Loraeth is a recruitable companion. She is obviously a bard class. So her main abilities are Bardic Howl, which is basically Bardic Inspiration, and Wall of Sound, which means that she has wisdom saving throws against effects she can hear. So basically, she's tuning out anything.
Oh my god, mood.
Alright. But as you tune and get ready to perform, a couple more minutes pass. Laura blows her horn. It echoes through the inn and basically all outside it. People of Tumulus, I now tell you the great tales of our warrior ancestors. She blows the horn almost louder than humanly possible. In the unique style of the skalds of old. And at that point, she begins, like, singing is a generous way to put it. There's some kind of guttural draconic bellow of various syllables that bursts from Loraeth's diaphragm. And you can occasionally hear, like, English words. Wolves! Bolgulls! Shattered shields! And, like, you're sure it's really cool, but it's very loud.
I think I'm just gonna go to my room.
Tig and me, obsessed. The vibe, immaculate. Heavy metal, fucking Frozen Land scald. We love to fucking see it, baby.
We love to see it.
5 stars.
All right. For those of you who are retreating to your rooms to try and get away from the sheer volume, she's so loud that she's rattling some of the floorboards when she sings. There's, like, the cabinets that are jostling against the walls and floor. Yeah. So, those of you who are in there, like, closing the door, putting pillows over your ears, you just hear... It doesn't help.
I sure wish I had
God.
silence right now.
Oh boy. So now I understand
Foylan has
the statements
silence.
of silence for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Foylan still has silence. Just looks at everyone just like, yeah.
I accept it.
I accept the chip to the silent realm.
Yeah, I feel like Trill was like about to find like a nice like chair or somewhere to like kind of lounge and start relaxing, and then immediately music started.
Wolves and shattered shields!
But at this point, Trill's also tired and is like, you know what? I'll do my best to relax here anyway.
Okay. So,
Yeah. No, Gaston.
Gaston?
Alex, can you hear more?
No.
Oh. That's why.
That explains a lot.
Oh,
So strange.
How's about now?
now I can, yes.
Yay.
Okay. That makes much more sense when you weren't hearing me.
That would be why.
Want to ask you a question?
I didn't have a question. I was just saying that I accept the inevitable.
Yeah. Well, you're asking before just like why.
I think the question's been answered at this point.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
question has been answered at this point.
Yeah.
I'm assuming the question was, why is there a discount? Points to Lauren. That's why. She's holding
Oh.
a
But
cost.
it was the
I
question
see.
was, so why is the silence temporary? Oh, that's why.
I see.
That's
I am
why.
slow, just like Nyx.
Yeah.
That would be why. But Laura finishes her concert after about an hour of screaming about an hour. And like after that hour, she finally takes like a sip of water. Ah, there, all better. Thank you. I will be
The
back here
vocal
for the
prowess
evening
of this
concert.
dragonborn.
Yeah. And For now, there is peace.
Tig,
Is
happy,
it like
feathers
nighttime or like
ruffled.
what time is it
Hell
at this
yeah.
point?
Late afternoon.
The afternoon.
It's only late afternoon. So Trill's gonna take like another moment to like actually enjoy the silence for a minute, but also while enjoying the silence, maybe in case there are people coming like in or out, listen for some rumors.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and roll investigation for me. Okay. So you take a listen, and you know that thing where people start talking and they increase in volume because they think they can't be heard over the sounds of the party? During Laureate's concert, when she stops singing, amidst all the loud conversations, you do hear a singular rumor that starts at high volume and then just suddenly drops as they realize, oh, she's not screaming anymore. Oh no.
Good.
Yeah. So, I'm not gonna do that one. That rumor relates to basically where you are right now.
Oh.
Huh. So, you hear someone up by the fireplace being like, I'm just saying that I can't stand this fucking cold. If you think it's cold out there, wait until you see monsters at the Vothtar bring. Here they summon frickin' devils, man. They spring up out of the snow and surround you with demons.
Mm, yeah, that definitely catches Trill's attention. And you know, after he's done like kind of like relaxing, he's gonna get up and find, I don't know, whoever's still out. So I assume like Tig and Nizip and who else was still out and didn't go back to the room?
I went to my room.
Okay. So I kind of like try and gather everyone together and just be like, hey, so I heard something crazy.
Oh, do tell.
How crazy are we talking?
Um, so something to kind of like look out for in the snow. There's I don't remember the specifics. My brain is bad at details.
There's
but,
Frothgar
like,
summoning demons that pop out of the snow?
yeah.
Wait. They said devils and demons. Which one? It's Tig cross references.
I couldn't tell you the difference between them, but they both sound super not great.
I'm fucking sorry, what?
Foylan logs back into the conversation.
yeah, no, they're just like, I'm fucking sorry, what?
Demon say what?
Excuse me?
Literally, just like, you're just staring at your just like, I'm fucking sorry, what?
Well, you see, a devil would be someone like out of character. I hope I get this right because Tig would get it right, but I'm just talking right now. A devil would be someone like, say, Kanavak, right? Someone who is more orderly, more lawful, something like that. While a devil would be someone like, and they lower their voice, the Lord of Teeth. So, more chaotic, more out for themselves. Either way, neither are good.
You
Did I
got
get
it
them flipped? Sorry. I got it flipped. Okay.
Yeah,
Ty didn't get it flipped. I got it flipped.
Demons or chaos, devils or law.
Thank you. Fucking. I have thoughts about the Blood War mythology, but, like, whatever.
That sounds very strange that someone would be summoning both of them.
Would be
Are
just
the 9 hells associated with demons or devils or both?
9 hells are associated with devils.
Okay. Yeah. In which case, yeah, Tig will say, yeah, it's probably devils, because from what we've heard, that's, like, kind of who they made their pact with. But, I mean, you never know. It could always be worse. They kind of smile. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When is it not worse?
Yeah. It could be worse, says Helena. Could be that, person might not know the difference.
Yeah, it is semantics, at least for the, normal folk. We are not normal. On the one hand,
No, we are not.
on the one hand, gods above, would life be so much simpler, but it is nice to be able to do something about one's lot in life, all things considered. Either way,
yeah,
good
something
intel,
to
Trill,
look
thank
out
you.
for.
Yeah, the fact that they can just be summoned out of nowhere and surround you apparently in the snow, I mean, who knows? It may be exaggeration, but wouldn't want to wake up in that situation, that's for certain.
Yeah, I wouldn't like to be caught completely off guard by that.
Dude, also, I'm gonna focus my attention back on shows. Like, so how was playing with the Dragonborn?
Oh, Ty perks up a little bit. They kind of like bounce on the balls of their feet, and oh, it was exceptional. I mean, honestly, her wordplay, fantastic. Some of the slant rhymes that she went into, which really inspired. I mean, I don't know if Phelan or Nizip were paying attention, but I mean, she's got such a texture to her words and her tone. It was, and rhythm. They put a claw to their chest. As someone who highly appreciates rhythm, oh my god, the fact that she could manage both the drums and her horn at the same time, a thing of absolute beauty.
I will say
They
that was
continue
quite
rambling
impressive.
about music stuff for a while.
Yeah, see, while I understood all what she was singing, I did not comprehend what all she was singing.
It was too loud for me to pay attention clearly.
Understandable. Huh. I wonder if Tig, like, you see their expression like shudder a little, shudder with like T's a little bit. They've got an idea, and they're obviously focusing on that now. I wonder if that, maybe. Hold on to that. I'll see if maybe there's anything I can. Yes, I think that would. Sorry, it's still kind of early. Were you all planning on going out and doing anything?
Probably.
Well, if you
Now
see
that we
anything,
can think clearly again.
well, if you see anything particularly cool, especially at the Manticore place, let me know, because I am very curious. Sorry, the militant Manticore. That's right.
Right. But before you head out and do anything, we are going to go take our break. We will
Oh,
see
boy.
you all in a little bit for more adventures in Cold Town. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Welcome back to Legends of the Wildlands. when last we left off, we were gonna do some evening looking around the town to see what's what, maybe figure out what is out there in the cold that is worth looking into. So, where are y'all going?
Weapon shop. No, wait. Turn in money first.
Money first and then weapon shop.
Money
Many-
first. and
yeah,
then-
so yeah, now that
Money.
like Trill knows that there's a Tanglewood Lodge here, like maybe
Yeah.
they can cash in on
Yeah.
the rewards for the knoll. The knoll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The war.
Money first, then buy weapon.
This is your reminder, chat, that wargs have thumbs.
Wargs have
This is
thumbs.
Yeah, wargs.
Thumbs.
Wargs
But
have
I have to
thumbs.
know,
I hate
you do
that.
too.
I hate that.
And they know common. Horrible.
Of course. Why wouldn't they?
Absolutely diabolical.
All right.
Yeah, I will go with you. I also want money.
So, you head over to the Northern Tanglewood Lodge. It is decorated somewhat similarly on the outside to the main lodge on the southern road. Just a little more ramshackle, a couple more boards like nailed onto the sides to keep cold out. And it's definitely not as fancily decorated inside. There's just a couple of rooms with like some furs and skins of various very nasty looking polar animals. That are decorating the walls and the floors in various rooms. But you go in, you go ahead and inform people, hey, we're looking for whoever's in charge here to turn in these warg fangs and get money. And the elf who's working calls to the back, Cargwin, we got some recruits. A door slams open and this jacked wood elf woman with like big claw scars across her face, draped in a big old like bear skin robe to cover the cold, steps out, grabs a tankard from the bar nearby, chugs it, puts it down. What's up? She says.
Hi.
Hi, what's up?
I
We
will.
had a bounty to turn in, right?
Yeah, I pull out the Tanglewood
Yeah.
arrow. We come for a bounty reward. If that's okay.
Yeah, cool. Just show me what's up.
Show me what's up.
Trill's gonna grab the warg claws and teeth that he's extracted for them.
Show me what is up in the house.
All right. Cool. This is the warg shit. So let's see. 13. Hey, get up the gold chest, please. She calls to the back. Some Aarakocra flutter out, carrying between their talons a couple of chests with pouches of gold in there. Let's see. 25 gold per warg times 13. I believe that's going to be 325. Congratulations.
Why, thank
Cool,
you.
cool.
Thank you.
And oh shit, yeah. How many of these missions have you done for Tanglewood so far?
This is the
This is,
second one?
Second, I
Oh,
believe.
great. Oh, fuck, shit. There's supposed to be some like ritual, like promotion of some kind to like new level. You were Fletches, and now you're something else. What are they again? You hear a call from the back. Pawthorns! Congratulations, you're Pawthorns now. I don't feel like doing any rituals today.
No,
Understandable.
That's okay.
won't.
No rituals needed.
we'll take the abridged version. That's
Aw.
fine. Thank you.
Great.
Trill kind of like fluffs up his feathers, like kind of like happily, just ooh, yay, promotion. But yeah, were there any other area specific jobs that you needed done in the tundra area? While we're
Yeah, we got beasts aplenty out in the tundra. The only one that's a job That's the frost giant one, I think.
A frost giant, you say?
Yeah, there's a frost giant who's causing like a lot of trouble. Up towards the far northwest, lives out on an iceberg out on the coast. Utter bastard. Kasog, I think his name is. We got a poster about it. Points over towards the poster board. You look around. I think I wrote that one when I was a bit more sober.
Well, that's fine. Yeah, I'm definitely down to look into that. For you.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Out of character, I'd be an asshole too if I lived remotely on an iceberg.
Yeah.
Real.
Welcome to my iceberg lair.
God.
All right, always happy to do more jobs. Castle Kesag.
All right, cool. Good luck.
Thank you. And as we leave, it's like, I hope you enjoy the rest of your drink.
God, so do I, says Cargwin, slamming back another tankard of ale. Oh, wait. Before you leave, I'll give you these for free, because Tanglewood would be in the know. Other beasties you gotta watch out for, along the western road, towards the eastern edge of the western road, there's a cave with this big-ass tiger in it. Do not fuck with that tiger.
Do not fuck with the tiger. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also on the western road, they call it Korum's Pass. Just try not to go on it at all if possible. There's they call it an ice worm, but that could apply to a lot of things, but there's an ice worm terrorizing the thing.
Right. What's it called, sorry?
Korum's Pass.
Korums. Well, I like to think we are normally very cautious. Normally.
Hope so.
Oh yeah, and
We try.
while I'm thinking about it, and Trill's gonna lean in a little bit. It's like, have you heard about the rumor that there's some demon and devil summoning happening out there?
Yeah, probably just regular devil, and yeah, absolutely 100% true.
Cool.
Love that.
Excellent. Love to hear that.
Yeah, just
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, just don't mess with the Vothdar, though, and you should be fine.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, Vafdar, no, not going anywhere near him.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, thank you for the gold. We'll be up. Bye-bye. Just like, what?
She gives you a peace out as you head out.
Beautiful.
All
Yes.
right,
Just doing the gold quick.
getting that
Oh
gold.
yes.
Yay.
Get that gold. I say as Trill doesn't care about.
No money.
Hells yeah.
All right, so we've done Tanglewood. Time for some weapons.
Hey Nizip, do you want this extra copper?
Sure.
There you go.
A snack.
Much
Delicious.
thanks.
All right. You head into the militant manticore, and inside there are a bunch of golden and gilded glass containers showing very shiny weapons, including one sword with a glowing ruby and a flame engraved into that ruby in the pommel of it. There is a sling, which carved into the leather whip part of said sling are like two eagles facing opposite directions. There are a couple of exceptionally sharp-looking swords. There are all kinds of various weapons, couple axes, couple spears, swords of various kinds, and behind the counter, behind a pane of glass that looks to be like bolted down in a little security box, is a, like, you would guess teenage for Aarakocra, because like he is roughly adult Aarakocra size, but he's still got some like poofy molting feathers that he's getting rid of the baby down from.
Oh.
Baby. I remember the days.
I remember the days. Oh, hi. Can I help you with anything?
Oh no, not another cute Aarakocra who can't do this again!
Freyland's just slowly hiding by everyone else, the shame overtaking him once more.
Hi, can I help you? And everyone just starts crying.
You are a baby and I will adopt you.
She'll be like, yeah, I believe some of us are looking to see what you got as far as for sale or anything like that.
Oh, cool. We've got a lot. Like, if you name a type of weapon, I could find something that probably works for you. Up on display, that would be the two birds sling and a flame blade.
A flame blade.
Yeah.
And we see them.
Yeah. One second. I gotta keep them behind the glass for your safety, though. So, he pushes out some handles of glass, takes out the flame blade from its container, gets behind the glass. Right. So, this, as he grips it, it starts like releasing wisps of dark, curling smoke. Pretty hot to the touch, which kind of helpful in this kind of weather. You hit someone with it, and you can do this. He swings the sword, and like a streak of fire flies down the sword's blade. Causes some burning, definitely this. And hang on, gotta move some of these out of the way so they don't get hurt. And if you activate it like this, he then says a command word in Ignan, and a searing bolt of flames, like a flamethrower-length stream of burning liquid that immediately ignites, erupts from the blade.
Whoa.
Trill is backing the fuck up. As far away from the flame as possible.
Out of character, how much is it, and does Helena want it?
Helena would absolutely want it. This is gonna cost you 5,000.
I knew it.
5,000 copper? I don't know. We can probably do that.
No, it's not. It's not copper.
Well, then specify. Otherwise, I'm going to assume.
I'm sorry. It's gold. It's dealing in gold.
Thank you.
I mean,
I most certainly cannot afford it.
I cannot afford it.
Yeah.
I have got
I mean,
100. I've got
I
100
can't afford
platinum,
it.
so.
I can understand if we don't pick it up, because holy shit.
Well, Helena, we could always come back and you can save for it.
I mean, possibly. There was, like, supposed to be some kind of treasure hoard out in the frigid waste somewhere, right? If there's a weapon in there, I'd love it.
Let us take note of that, because, I mean, would you like an upgrade?
That would be much appreciated, so I can hit things good.
Great, then we'll work on getting you an upgrade.
Cool, thanks.
So unfortunately, is this a boy or a girl? The Arkakra.
Looks like a awkward teenage boy.
So unfortunately, we're gonna have to leave that today, but we might be back. We'll try and save.
I am curious about the sling, though.
Oh, the two bird sling? 1 second.
Yeah.
He does some more
The
shuffling around.
The two-bird sling, you fuck. That's clever.
It's the two bird sling. He does some more shuffling around, takes out the sling, arranges a bunch of, like, stepped up targets. Whoop. So basically, what this does is, you put a rock in the sling, swing it around, and he hurls a rock from the sling. The rock, bang, hits one target, bang, immediately, ricochets off another target, bang, immediately ricochets off another target, bang, immediately ricochets off another target, bang, tank, 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 and eventually, misses one, clatters to the ground.
Oh.
Yeah, it ricochets.
That's kind of sick, actually.
That's
Wait,
really cool.
actually.
Wait, actually,
Trill,
that's
get
kinda
it.
sick.
Trill, get it. Get it, Trill. That is so
Mhm.
cool.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
That fucks. Hard
How-
work.
It really does.
I'm afraid to ask because of the how much the sword was. How much is the two-bird
Also,
sling?
5,000 gold.
It's also 5,000. I had a feeling.
Mm.
I had a feeling.
No.
But, well, I mean, well worth it. Good gracious.
Like you don't by chance have just a catalog of any other items you have for sale, do you?
Not with me.
Oh.
That's unfortunate.
Again, it's usually like name a weapon type, and I can tell you what we have that resembles it.
Gotcha.
I mean, Trill's been kind of looking for alternative, like, long-range weapons, so, like, he's just gonna be like, well, I mean, do you have any other slings that are not quite as spectacular, but still rather usable?
He rifles through. I have this. He pulls out a sling that is engraved with some various arcane runes.
Oh. Interesting. Do you know what these runes do?
I think they conjure ammo, so like you don't need to carry around a bunch of rocks for it.
That's also kind of sick.
Handy.
And how much for this particular sling?
3,000.
Excellent. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you so much. I will not be purchasing it today, but I will keep it in mind.
Okay. Thank you very much for the visit, though.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna see if I.
No, thank you for showing all the stuff.
Right. And so you head out of the Militant Manticore.
God, I
But
apologize.
please
Next
don't play with the prices.
Yeah.
God, Nyx is doing their best to be social, but it's like the cold's getting to their nose a little bit.
Okay, it's
Ugh.
probably getting pretty late at this point, isn't it?
It
I'd
is, yeah.
assume. I mean, is anything like closing now, or is there still stuff open?
A couple of shops are closing right about now.
Okay, is the racing snowman still open?
No.
Ah, right, that's a tomorrow thing.
Is the paper nest still open?
Paper Nest is still open.
Ooh, good.
Excellent, because I think at this point, Tig has come back. They probably had like a really extensive conversation with Loriath, just like trading stuff and all that. But
Talking shop.
I think Tig Oh yeah, absolutely. I think Tig and Carolina would be interested in going to the paper nest and doing a bit of research if possible. Since we're talking about treasure hoards in the area, well, might as well.
All right. Uh, you head over. The owner there is another Aarakocra. This one, an older woman, also with very frazzled-looking feathers everywhere. And once you ask about treasure, she goes, yes, one moment. Flutters away. There's the sound of a bunch of like clattering shelves, scrolls being tossed everywhere. She flies back. Sorry, I just remembered I don't have anything in the treasure shelf. So, do you have anything else I could look up if you're looking for this treasure?
Yes, absolutely. We're actually looking for how would you say, mythology in the area, places where spirits or other such things would gather, um, around any sort of mountain peaks, just to be more specific.
Oh, yes, one moment. She goes back. Clatter, 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 clang, clang. More paper being flown everywhere. What you're most likely looking for would be any artifacts or remnants of the Torden.
Ooh. Do I know what those are?
History check, please.
Sir, yes, sir, absolutely. Survey says that is a 21.
The Torden are old, like basically distant relations to modern day humans, elves, anything vaguely Fey related, that occupied some of the colder reaches of the world, like the far northern continent and the tundras of Sidaria. They're still around, but they are very isolated, and they have very ancient tribal practices. Essentially, they're druid Vikings, and that seems to match up a lot with old spirits.
Oh, thank you very much. There wouldn't be any information on how to find them, would there?
One moment. Clank, 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 clank. You hear a cat yowling out. She flutters back. Well, southeast of here is one of the old drinking holes, a place named Holmslaughter. I believe they also have some kind of ancient totem pole set up. It would be very close to Korum's Pass, though, so it's dangerous to get to.
Well, thank you exceedingly very much. Those are more than enough leads to go off of. I don't know. What do you think, Carolina? Did you have anything else?
Are there any notable mountain ranges around here? She asks. Oh,
Yes.
yes. One moment. Clang, 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 clang. Comes back eventually. Yes. Those would likely be along the northern ridge of Sidaria. The closest ones would be a few days directly north of here, past the Fallen Fields.
Okay. You think that's close enough to get a decent search going?
Those seem like enough good leads to get us somewhere.
Excellent. Looking forward to it. Hopefully, claws crossed, that'll be 2 out of 10.
Hopefully. All
Right. I'm happy. Thank you.
And so you head out as more of Tumulus starts to close down. I think it's about time to head back to the Old U Inn. And you are greeted there with the calm, serenity, and peaceful atmosphere of I'm lying through my teeth. Loriath Rangmar is having an evening show.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I was actually going to ask, like, as we're heading on the way back, could we rumor hunt just a bit?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Gonna have to
Yeah,
remember
that's
what
probably
it
a
is.
good idea.
Do some
What is it?
investigation for
Investigation?
every
or
rumor
something?
y'all wanna get.
Investigation. Great. Boom.
No, I'm not finding anything.
Uh-huh.
Investigate.
Nice.
All right. So, this if you hear, I heard someone brought a cat up here. Like, why would you do that? There's a lot of bird people. There's gonna be problems.
Yeah.
So, Nix, as you are walking along, you hear some whispers. Look, I know foraging is going to be pretty difficult out there in the tundra, but if you forage and you manage to get your hands on true ice, then you are all set in the tundra. That will make ice bow to you.
Nix takes special
Ooh.
note of that.
And Trill, you hear, oh, you didn't run into any problems on the way. Yeah, a couple of Vothdar, but I was prepared. I had some cold resistance. Oh, you better watch out, though. Rikdar Televar, he's the ruler. He ain't no ordinary ice elf. He's got power over fire, too. Power enough to flip a switch in his base and make the whole place swelter.
That's stupid. How dare he be able?
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Or can I just say my autocorrect changed Rikdar to Radar, so
Radar.
Yes, it's radar now.
yeah. Need to have some words with your dog.
Radar.
Rikdar.
I can't believe that your dog is the leader of the Viking elves.
I can't believe it either. He's far too timid.
Mhm.
As far as you know.
Right. Well,
I don't know if he can barely reach out and sniff people, like on walks.
Oh baby.
He's getting better. He's getting better, but he's still very shy. He sniffed two
Aw.
children the other day, which is actually big. It's big progress because kids are scary to dogs.
Oh yeah.
They're terrifying.
They're like, yeah. They're spooky. They're small. They move unpredictably. They make loud noises and grab and pull. So
Yeah.
yes, I'm very
We once
proud.
accidentally
Anyway, sorry.
we moved Ellie through a field of children, and that was it for the day. She was done with social.
Oh,
baby.
baby.
stupid children. Anyway.
Anyway,
We're just muttering through the snow back to the end. Stupid children.
Stupid children. So when we get back to the end, the performance is happening. I shout over it. So, is there anything else we want to confer with tonight before I go to bed?
Nah.
Nope. Okay. Good night.
Too loud.
what?
Sorry, Swift. We'll get your herbs tomorrow.
I'm gonna get fucking wasted at some point in this damn tundra. Let's go!
Oh, go take your acid.
All right. Swift goes downstairs, takes some acid, starts doing a rave to the bellowing gargles of Lorith Rangmar.
He's doing the Club Penguin dance.
Oh my god. Swift would be banned in Club Penguin. She would be the #1 like Club Penguin ban speedrun record holder. Let's be
Cool.
honest.
I have 70
I have
else
70
accounts.
I was about to say. Gosh, but yeah, next we'll go to bed. To be honest, they're very proud of themselves. They climbed in the snow. They're doing good, but it's time to rest. Stupid children.
Okay. All right, so the performance lasts 2 hours.
Why 2?
He had some water.
Because Tig is helping. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I was hoping the first time.
Yeah, but the first time was like the matinee show for the old people. They
Yeah.
gotta be in bed by
Yeah,
6.
exactly.
Oh, so what you're
Like
saying
the
it's louder
spicy
this
show
time.
is later. Oh yeah.
No OAP discounts here.
Nope. Alright. Finally, the performance stops, and you get a good night's rest, and morning arrives at Tumulus. Skies are once more clear in the frozen lands of Sedaria.
I will waddle back downstairs. Get food, drink, whatever.
Chomp down on some stew.
Nom, 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 nom.
Oh,
Delicious.
stew. Nice
Your
and
feet-
warm.
Your face had so much passion in it then.
Stew.
Stew. I love stew.
Okay, well, points to hit today. I wouldn't mind dropping into the herbalist shop just to look around. Oh, do we want to do another like explore day, or do we want to actually like venture out to places today?
I mean, we can kind of play it by ear. I don't see any issue with doing one in the morning and then heading out in the. It's not like we paid ahead of time for the rooms or anything like that,
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I'd want to hit the herbalist. I'd also want to hit the apothecary
Herb shop.
because
Herb shop.
very sharp. But yeah, because if this guy's a doctor, then healing potions will be good to stack up on as well.
True.
Alright.
And then whatever else anyone wants.
Probably the apothecary too.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So, you head over to the Racing Snowman Apothecary. The bells do a little bit of jingling as you enter. Like, they're sleigh bells, basically, arranged in a particular order, so when you open the door, they play out a little Christmassy jingle. What's Christmas? I don't know. Anyway. And you hear, "Coming!" And a young-looking silver dragonborn woman runs out to the front desk. "Hi, how can I help you? Welcome to the Racing Snowman, by the way, and back to, how can I help you?"
Oh, we're the Racing Snowman. Okay, sorry.
Oh, I thought you went to the herbalist first, yeah.
Yeah, we did. So for some reason it mixed in my head and I thought you said apothecary, but it is fine. We are at the herbalist now.
You're at the herbalist now.
Good morning. We just came to look at your stock, mainly.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let me go get our menu real quick. And she dives down. There's the sound of a lot of rummaging and crashing below the desk before she hops back up. All right, found it. Let's see. We've got some Comfrey Salve. Accelerates healing of any bruises and sprains you might have if you like tripped on a rock or something over the way here. I do that all the time. I'm gonna be real honest with you.
Okay.
Got some ginger root for digestive aids. And elderberry syrup. Cures what ails you and is delicious. Do not let that asshole in the apothecary tell you otherwise.
Oh, is there an issue?
Oh yeah, there's an issue. She's just an idiot who doesn't know what she's talking about. No worries.
Oh, no worries. Hearing that a lot here.
Yeah, see, we believe in no worries up here.
No worries. I feel like there's another way we could say that, but it's not coming to my tongue right now. It's like a song I heard once.
You probably shouldn't sing it. We'd get sued.
Petunia Malamba.
You are dancing with death, my friend.
What's new?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Is that like an actual list of things, or is that everything?
I did not write down a list of things. She's got like a bunch of like herbal remedies, tinctures, some actual plants in store, but a fairly limited selection because she is in the Arctic.
Do you have anything that would tailor to a fairy, perchance?
Believe it or not, yes, because we're so close to the Fey woods. Yeah, we've got Phoenix Feather Ash.
Okay. Phoenix feather ash, and what does that do?
Well, it's useful in all sorts of like healing potions. Could probably be crafted into like a poultice revival if you needed to. For fairies, they snort it.
Thought so. How much for it?
It is going to be 100 gold per gram.
100 gold. Okay.
Do you have any idea how rare phoenixes are? I am lucky to have this.
Fair
And how
enough.
much do you have in stock?
She looks in the back. About 10 grams.
10 grams. Okay.
Swift
how
is
much-
not getting all of this.
Yeah, no.
I beg you.
How much is recommended for a revival thing?
2 if you want it to be like guaranteed fresh for 90 days.
Mm. Okay. To the group, do you think that would be necessary, or do we think that Megan will probably learn Revivify down the line?
I mean, down the line, probably, but
I mean, we've gotten into close scraps, but nobody, none of the player characters have died yet.
Thanks for reminding me. I'm just gonna note something down real quick.
No.
Please no, we still haven't found all of our character traits.
What do you know? What else would have to be mixed in to make a revival thing concoction?
Yeah, the Phoenix Fire Ash is special in that has to be just an ingredient, and then you mix 3 other plants with it, and it should work.
3 of a plant specific or just any?
Any?
Oh.
You know what? That might actually benefit. Do you take platinum here?
Yeah, I can make change.
Okay. And it's 100 each. Okay. Yeah, fuck it. I'll give her 20 platinum.
All right. Thank you very much. She hands over 2 very small packets of Phoenix Feather Ash.
Fantastic.
Good luck with this. I hope you never really need to use it.
Well, I would say I hope so too, but we've had a few scraps.
Yeah.
Let's hope they stay as only.
I thought that was for Swift.
No,
Yeah,
Swift's not getting this.
I thought you were getting shit for me. Are you lying to me?
I take the tiniest, minutest little pinch, like a tiny. I hold it in my nail, just like there.
Swift immediately snorts some of the ash, like rockets through up the ceiling like a firework. There's like a trail of dust behind her as she goes.
Yep, that'll do.
Yep.
I know Trill is super interested in buying some as well. You said it was 100 per gram?
100 per gram.
Cool. And I get
Oh, whoops. Didn't mean to click that.
Can I get 4 grams?
How many did I say she had? I think I said either 5 or
10.
10.
I think you said 10.
Okay, and if it was 10, then yeah, you could absolutely get 4.
Oh, there we go. We're stocked.
Cool. This goes in my special pouch.
Special.
It's a surprise tool for later.
Yeah.
Fear.
And then you said you had some plants, but would you happen to have any local seeds in stock?
Mostly lichen.
The sunburst lichen?
No, just regular.
Or just regular lichen?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. How much for those?
Let me double check. 3 silver and I'll give you this full packet.
Done and done.
All right.
Ooh, 3 silver.
3 silver. You got a packet full of lichen seeds.
Whee!
Well, there we go. Well, we really appreciate that. This is going to be great.
Of course.
Yeah. And then,
Swift thanks you too.
yeah,
Let's head down
sorry, what
eventually.
was that other stuff that helped with like making potions of healing?
Probably. I've got something like that. Oh, yeah, I've got plenty of blue herb.
Ooh. How much for the blue herb?
5 silver each.
5 silver each? How many you
That's not
got?
too bad.
Dang, I'm a little short. I've only got the 3.
3? That's no problem.
Yeah.
I'd be happy to pay for those.
Cool.
You continue buying plant.
Sorry, my brain immediately forgot how much you said these were.
5 silver each.
5 silver each. Got it. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It seems we're all getting kind of tired.
We're all getting a little bit tired, so
Well, let's snort this Phoenix Feather Ash and we'll go for another 3 hours.
let's go! Woo!
Let's go.
So if we're all tired, I can either call it here or we can go to the apothecary and then call it.
Let's go to the apothecary.
Okay.
Yeah, might as well.
Apothecary.
All right.
My brain
Take
is
it
just
easier.
blipping out every so often. But it's fine.
You head over into the apothecary. It is fairly dusty in there, but very well organized, unlike the rampant plants and snow that are gathered in the racing snowman. And there is a wizened old frost giant kin woman at the back who adjusts her bifocals as you enter, and is like, "What ails you?"
Much. Oh, you're not laughing. Okay. Mainly we're after any sort of healing concoction. If that's all right.
Hmm. Healing bundles, 3 silver. Pain relievers, 1 gold.
Healing bundles.
Herb bundles, yes.
Oh, all right. How efficient are they?
Not as efficient as a potion of healing. Essentially, they are one-use healing kits. They can stabilize.
Oh, all right. Do you not have any healing potions?
Healing potions are for those who do not truly appreciate the healing arts, like that simpleton child in the herbalist shop.
I was gonna say I heard there was some tension going on there.
Merely an
Oh.
impertinent youth who does not know what she is talking about when it comes to proper uses of herbs and poultices for healing.
Wait, so she actually doesn't know, or
Of course she doesn't know. She's a youth. She wouldn't know anything.
I lean down to Nyx. She just doesn't like the competition.
okay, breathes a sigh of relief. That ash was expensive. I see. Well, I apologize. You've had trouble. What's the pain relief like?
Pain relief, you rub it along your back. It immediately rubs you of the aches and pains of travel.
Oh shit,
just
I
like-
need that.
Yeah, labor relief. Is that just like if we've strained ourselves?
Mechanically, herbal pain relievers, if you are not unconscious / at 0 hit points, they will give you 1d6 temporary HP and allow you to make a saving throw against certain status effects.
You know what? I will be polite. I will buy 3 of them. Actually,
Alright.
no, 2 of them, because that will get me to a nice 50.
A nice even 50.
50.
And with tax, that includes one more electrum.
Swift.
I'm fucking with you.
She's holding 3 electrum for me.
3 electrum.
Yeah, I will take them. I will thank her.
Right. Yes, of course. The rest of you, are you window shoppers or do you need healing supplies?
We're just with them.
Oops.
I see. Then please leave.
Plant seeds.
Oops.
Please.
Yep. So what's your take on crafting for healing?
Obviously, that's something that needs to be done by skilled alchemists. It's not something a herbalist could ever dare to accomplish.
Ooh.
Not effectively, at least. They may have placebos and accidents sometimes, but there's no real science to it.
Nix is a bit yikes.
I mean, debatable, but not something I'm gonna get into at this moment of time. But, yeah. I'm good, thank you.
Good, then you can leave.
Well, thank you for your time.
Right. And so...
In Draconic, as we leave, fuck you.
Woo! And so you head out of the apothecary, and it is there where we're going to end session next time with some ideas of where to go in the tundra in mind. We start maybe looking for adventure and or other things that might help us in the fight against the Vofdar. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.